Hey friends, this is John Assaraf, CEO of NeuroGym and New York Times best-selling author of Having It All and The Answer. And you may remember me from the smash hit movie The Secret or Quest for Success with the Dalai Lama and Richard Branson, which was so much fun. Now, in previous videos that you may have seen, you may remember that I talked about the real inner power of beliefs and values and perceptions and having the right emotions and habits, and how those are the real cause of your current actions, behaviors, and results. And when you learn how to reset your financial thermostat and retrain your brain to have new, more empowering self-beliefs and habits that are in total alignment with your values, that is really what is critical and what drives the emotions necessary and the behaviors that you want to take that'll help you achieve the success you desire so much. Now, I also shared with you how you can consciously change your internal financial map and what I love to call is the mental software, which will have a huge impact on your financial results and life results, and ultimately the freedom that you want. The latest research in neuroscience and neuropsychology has now provided us with the newest tools and resources to retrain your brain so that you can achieve greater financial and life success, and more importantly, achieve the freedom that you so want and deserve in your life. I'd love to share a great story with you that I think illustrates a very valid point, and it's all around living your life by design instead of living your life based on your circumstances or by default. Now, many years ago, a group of American executives went to Japan to see how a Japanese car assembly line worked. At the end of the line, the doors were put on the hinges, the same as they do here in America, but one thing was missing there in Japan in the assembly line. In the United States, a line worker, somebody at the end of the line, would take a rubber big mallet and tap the edges of the door to ensure that it fit in perfectly. In Japan, that job doesn't exist. The American executives were confused and they asked the Japanese executives, at what point do you make sure that the door fits in perfectly? And the Japanese executive looked at them in a sheepish way, almost embarrassed but proud, and he said, "We make sure that the doors fit on the cars when we design it." In the Japanese auto plant, they didn't examine the problem and accumulate data to figure out the best solution. They engineered the outcome that they wanted right from the drawings at the beginning. If they didn't achieve the desired outcome, they knew and understood that it wasn't because of the process, it was because of the decision they made at the start of the process in the design phase. Now, at the end of the day, the doors on both the American-made and Japanese-made cars appeared to fit when they rolled off the assembly line, except the Japanese didn't need to employ somebody to hammer the doors to try and make it fit, or they didn't have to buy any of the mallets, which was an added expense as well. Now, more importantly, the Japanese doors are likely going to last longer and maybe even be more structurally sound in the event of an accident. And all of this for no other small little reason that they ensured that the pieces fit together from the start. Every instruction we give, every course of action we set and take, every result we desire should start with the same thing, a decision. And there are those who decide to manipulate the decisions and the door to fit to achieve a desired results, and there are those who make it easier and less stressful on themselves because they start from a different place. Even though both courses of action may yield similar short-term results, It's what we can't see that makes the long-term success more predictable for one of those two people. It's the one who understands why the doors need to fit by design and not by default and by hammering it in that succeeds easier and with less stress. Now, in the upcoming webinar, I'm going to teach you how to apply these principles and more to your financial and life's goals. And all it takes from you is one thing. It's called a commitment. A commitment to sign up and attend, not just sign up. Now, when I talk about the word commitment, it reminds me of one more story that I think will really help you understand the real definition or path to success. And many years ago, 34 years ago, I met a man. His name was Alan Brown. And Alan Brown became my first mentor when I was 19 years old. And at the time, he was in his early 50s. And he agreed to teach me not just about living life to the fullest, but around setting and achieving goals. And he taught me how to rewire my brain to go from being a kid who was not confident and lacked certainty and lacked skills and didn't know any strategies or tactics on how to achieve any goals. And he asked me one question that changed my life, and here is the question he asked me. He said, "John, are you interested in becoming a millionaire or multimillionaire and having an amazing life where you can share your knowledge, your skills, your money with the world? Or are you committed to that outcome?" And I looked at him a little bit puzzled, and I asked him, I said, "Mr. Brown, what's the difference?" And he looked me square in the eye and he said, "John," he said, "if you're interested, you'll tell me a lot of stories and excuses. And I don't go for stories or excuses." He says, "I only work with people who are committed to their success and to helping others along the way." And he said, "If you decide to work with me, I'll teach you exactly what you need to learn. I'll teach you exactly what you need to do." He says, "If you are committed, you'll read the books that I ask you to read. You will show up when I ask you to show up to upgrade your knowledge and your skills. And you'll do the things that you may be uncomfortable doing long enough to make them your new habit and new belief about what's possible for yourself." And I remember this as if it was yesterday, because I looked up at him and I said that I was prepared to do whatever it takes if he would mentor me. And he did help me. And fortunately, I arrived at a place in my life where I am fortunate to have made a lot of money, to have health, a wonderful family, to be in the position to give back of my time and money and my knowledge to others. And I want to help you. I want to help you achieve your life's goals and dreams. And I want to help you understand that the most powerful thing that you could do right now is make a commitment and a decision for yourself and your loved ones to upgrade the power of your brain and your perceptions and your beliefs. And that is why I've assembled a team of some of the world's top experts in neuroscience and behavior psychology, experts that are just absolutely amazing at showing people how to live their life by design instead of by default. And what I'm going to be teaching you is how to release the deeply rooted, unconscious self-doubts, fears, insecurities, things that cause you embarrassment or shame or things that cause you to procrastinate. I'm going to show you how to let go of anything that's not working for you and is holding you back. Because I believe now is the time, if you're watching this, now is the time to let go of anything that's destructive or sabotaging your success so that you can live the balance of your life on purpose, totally fulfilled, and by design. And now it's time for you to let go of whatever stories you have, whatever excuses you have that are really the things that are crippling your chances for financial and life success. And those are the things that are ruining your chances for having a totally fulfilled life that I believe you truly want. So here's my question to you. Are you interested or are you committed? Because if you are now committed to achieving your goals and dreams, then this webinar that I'm going to be doing is one of the most important webinars that you cannot afford to miss. You're going to find evidence-based methodologies based in absolute science, and I'll show you the blueprint and give you the tools you need to help you predictably transform your life so you can live it by design and not by default. Make this today, make this your Independence Day where you make a decision to be committed. And so mark this webinar on your calendar. I'll show you what to do. You'll need to take action, and I am here to help you achieve the goals and dreams you had instead of just hoping and dreaming that they become a reality. So here's to your commitment. I'm John Assaraf, and I hope you've enjoyed this as much as I'm going to enjoy teaching you how to shatter your financial glass ceiling and finally break free to the life you truly want and desire.